This video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Any repairs you attempt on your own based on the instructions of this video are at your own risk. I am not liable for any damages or injuries incurred by anyone attempting any of the repairs illustrated in any of these videos.
This is Salvage Motorsports. Today we're going to show you how to do a clutch replacement on this 1991 Dodge Stealth RT Twin Turbo.
Wow.
Follow along as we step by step remove this transmission and show you how it's done. Alright, let's get started. All locked and loaded and good to go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a clutch job on a 91 twin turbo Dodge Stealth. We're going to go through and really give you a how-to video on it. We're going to tell you every nut and bolt to take apart, point it out for you, and really just break it down so you guys can go ahead and do this in your garage, in your driveway, wherever you want to do it at your neighbor's house, in the middle of the street, wherever you want.
Awesome. And this is a twin turbo.
Yep, twin turbo, all-wheel drive.
All right.
So probably not the easiest to do without a lift, but hey, I've done them without it, so you can do it. Yep, I'm gonna start up top. Camera check, good? Okay, all three cameras? Perfect, all three cameras, we're good with all three. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna start up top by taking the math box out. You're gonna wanna undo the clips. Well, actually, you know what, let's start with the battery, get this big battery out of the way. Yeah, make some room in here. Some people have them loose. This one's tight. Hallelujah. All the corrosion must have them tight on there. Dude, it's all the corrosion. There we go. All right, so doing up top, you got a lot of 10 mils on all your clamps. If your car is stock with stock clamps, you're gonna have 10 mil, 10 mil, 10 mil, 10 mil, 10 mil down there.
For the Y pipe.
Everything on the Y pipe is gonna be a 10 mil. Everything on your intercooler pipe is gonna be a 10 mil. Everything on your air box is gonna be a 10 mil. Pop your clips, 4 of them, all the way around. Pull your electrical off, undo your 10 mil. And then pop your air box out with a little bit of force. We'll set our parts pile over there because we're gonna have a big pile of parts while we're doing this. 10 mil, 10 mil, 10 mil, 3 10s in here. You're gonna wanna find somewhere to put all your bolts and washers so that way you put back the car how you took it apart. Me, I'll just be throwing them here because I know exactly where they go. A little bit of force, pop it out. There's your whole air box. Now to the Y pipe. All 10 mils. Zippity zip. Y pipe off, all 10 mils. Seeing what I want to take off next. I guess I'm just gonna get some more of this intercooler pipe out of my way with some of these 10 mils here. Yeah. More room the better. We'll grab a 12 and we'll get this battery tray / wiper reservoir bottle out of the way for 12 mils. Four 12s. Be careful with your wiring down here when you pull it up so you don't rip your wiring out. There's a plug on the back side of the pump there.
Against the firewall?
Yep. And then you'll have your wire running up to the hood for the sprayers that you can disconnect right here. Ta-da. Oh, there's also electrical here. That's on the firewall. It's on the behind the strut tower that you gotta undo. All right, we're getting more room. Take off the bubble and the pre-turbo pipes. Front pre-turbo, rear pre-turbo, bubble. 10 mil off the one turbo, 10 mil off the other turbo. You'll have some vacuum lines running to it, you just pop off. You're gonna need an extension. Probably a pretty decently long one. I'm gonna put these two together. And a 10 mil. It comes straight down. Well, hopefully your clamp's angled the same way that one is, so it makes it easy to get to. Probably not. Yeah. Most likely not.
Someone moves them around then.
Random vacuum lines. And then the one in the back, same thing. And hopefully somebody angled it up for you last time they worked on it. This one makes it a whole lot easier. I know sometimes that's not the case. Disconnect your blow-off valve, vacuum line there. Yep. So still up top you'll have your shifter cables, your slave cylinder off of there, and then your trans mount up top also. I'm going to remove this clutch assist line also out of the way. Anyways, you remove the clutch assist line, get that out of the way.
And what are you using to
Some needle nose to get the clamps. They got these metal clamps on there. And
oh yeah. Love those.
yeah, they're great when you rub your hand against them, when you're reaching for something. Don't also use these, no big deal. I'm gonna get the shifter cables up out of the way. I usually use a pair of vice grips or a good pair of pliers. All I got is these things that are pretty terrible actually. We'll see if they do the job. That's a U-clip like.
U-clip?
Yeah, I don't know what they call it. I don't know the technical term. Okay. Don't murder me on it. But that's it right there. There's two of them. No, it's even easier with the right tool. Believe it or not, you know, this necessarily isn't the right tool. I'm just making it work. See? Made it work. You got your little cotter pins down here that you're gonna bend and push out. And then you're gonna have a washer on top there that you're also gonna pull off and set to the side. That way when you put it back together, you put it together the right way, you know? If you're gonna do it right. Don't be a half-asser out there, guys, in YouTube land. Don't half-ass your cars. Because I'll buy it eventually and then I'll see it. And I don't want a half-ass car, okay? Put it together right, okay?
Let's see that washer. Okay, and those just pop out.
Then you just slide them off, push them back and out. That's a little loose, needs to be tightened. You'll have a reverse plug for your reverse lights down here. On the transmission, you're gonna have to pop off. It's right on the front. You'll have electrical running across. For your starter, you're gonna wanna undo. We'll get to that when we go to the bottom. We're just gonna knock out the top first, but we got it all loose. That way when we go down to it, this is actually a cable right here. This is just other stuff that's ran across to the engine harness. But it's good to disconnect that, so that way when you pull the trans, it doesn't come out with it. But now let's take the slave off. Usually there's a 12 mil right here.
It's gone.
That seems to be broken off in this transmission. That's not gonna be put back, but there's two 12 mils here going into the trans to hold the slave cylinder up in there. I don't know if you can see them, but so I'm gonna get a 12 mil with an extension. That's why it's good to have a electric ratchet, but I don't think I got any here. I think they're all at the shop, so hand ratchet it is, or else I would have had this zipped out already. See, that one's a long one there. Long 12 mil. There's one more on the bottom. There's one on the top, one on the bottom. Now I'll get the bottom one out. When you take the slave out, I take it out this way. That way, you don't open up the line and have to bleed it. Slide it to the side there, out of the way. That way I don't open up the system and have to bleed the system. I think we're at that point. Well, you can undo the speed sensor back here. There's usually a clip holding it on there, but this clip is not here. But that is about it for up top. Everything else is going to be on the bottom, so if you don't have a lift, God bless you.
Next steps are harder.
If you're on the ground. Yeah, so we'll put it on the lift. You've got to take your tire off to get to the 4 bolts going through the frame rail here for your motor mount that bolts it to the frame. And then you got, I like to bend that out of the way a little bit. It's all right, you can bend it. Look at it, goes right back, see?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a little bit
Pro
of
tip.
force. Yeah, pro tip, bend this shit out of the way. All right, so you take your wheel off. These 4 are 14 mils. You'll get them going through here. We'll show you. The bolt going through here, I believe is a 17, but I'll let you know for sure in a second. Let me get this wheel off. 4 plugs right there. Should be able to pop them up by hand, but ooh, I gotta have some strong fingers. 4 of those. Those ones got the strut tower in the way, so let me get a pair of needle nose. Oh, I pushed that one in. I'll get it later.
Oops.
And you can see, yeah, it just drops down right in the frame. So no big deal if you accidentally do that, because you can play operation and pull it out like that.
Nice.
So no big deal. And then 4 screws up in there with a 14 mil. Yeah, if you're doing it by hand, that sucks. It's going to take you a little longer than what I'm doing it in. I've also done this a gazillion times. I got a wobble.
Just dropped over here.
Yep, that fell off in there, but I'll grab it with a magnet. Then come out with my socket, no biggie. Back and grab the motor mount out, or trans mount, which I believe is 17. If my memory serves me right, yep, 17.
Texture is going to be running 3.
Trans mount.
May have been done
What I do for some extra room also, because when you're putting this thing back up, it's such a big transmission in a small spot. It's really a pain. I take the bracket out so I got some more room.
Okay.
Is what I usually do. But sometimes these bolts are seized in the aluminum housing of the transmission. So be really careful that yours ain't seized, because I've seen them snapped off in there before. Not a fun time. But anyways, that gives you some more room to get the transmission back up in there. That's it for up top.
All right.
Everything else is in the bottom.
Hey, good job.
Thanks. Fourteen.
For the subframe?
Subframe. And there's some under here. You might have to take your plastics down. This one's missing a lot of plastics, but all the plastics are mostly 12s. There's a couple 10s, but this one looks like it's missing all of its 10s. So this one's gonna have all of its 12s. So we'll get the plastic a little bit out of the way so I can take down that piece of subframe that's underneath there. Just enough to bend this out of the way to get those 2 14s there up front. And you got your 2 14s up front. 1, a 2.
And some Fall leaves.
Your clutch assist is also going to be on it there, holding it.
You remove it?
Believe that, yeah, it comes out with this subframe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a 12. It comes out as one piece, like so.
Nice.
So I take out the 200 core pipes down here to give me more room. The lower and the upper one that goes to the Y pipe. This one's coming off the turbo here. I take those off. We'll start there before I start rambling off more stuff, because I'll just keep rambling. 10 mils again on your clamps.
That's true. Gotta say something to him. Remember that one time you pulled the coolant pipe off and it all poured on you?
Yeah, it was great. So there's the upper one. Yum. Corrosion. There's the lower one. All right, next up, I like to take the starter off along with the wiring. Should be 14s, I believe, for the starter. I believe a 12 on the, not coming off of the, oh, someone's replaced this one. That looks like a 13 maybe on that. So they're usually between a 12 and a 14, depending if your starter's been replaced.
Okay.
For your nut coming off of it. So your guess is as good as mine on that.
Freestyle.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. If you've gotten this far, you'll figure it out, dude. No? I was busy playing Mario, dude.
I like them all.
I don't think I've ever beat it. I don't think I've ever beat Mario. So your two 14s holding the starter in, which is also one of your grounds for the cable here. And then you'll unplug this right here.
What's that? Oh, the
Signal wire. So we got that disconnected. We're gonna have to pull the downpipe
Looks
to
like
get
custom.
the T case off. Oh, that's super custom. That's a fence
aluminum. That's aluminum.
That's a fence post special
Stopped.
that you got here. That's what that is, dude. That's the, I go down the 8 Mile in Van Dyke, Jiffy Lube muffler. Hey, Midas, can you hook me up and fix my exhaust leak? That's what this is. They're like, yeah, we got some fence posts out back we can bend up for you and weld up. It works. Would I have it on my car? No. So these usually range between 17s and 19s, depending who's touched your car last. These ones are 19s. So you're gonna have 2 up front, 2 in the back. Well, they mix matched them on me. One's a 17.
Sounds good.
Ah! All right.
Yeah, man.
There's the 2 up front. 1 in the back, and then I'll have to switch over to a 17 because somebody mismatched them on
You're
me.
just removing that to make room.
Yeah, the only reason the downpipe has to come down is because you got to pull your T case.
Yeah.
That's weird that those bolts are mixed matched like that.
Well, just remember, I guess,
Maybe I should have recorded it.
what they were.
Then I could remember. I should just wear this everywhere I go. Yeah. Okay. Now your downpipe's down and hanging. We can let that hang and chill. 17, 17. There's 5 bolts on your T case. 1, 2, 3. 1 all the way up here. 4, 5. All 17s.
Okay.
Terrible.
Thanks. I pride myself butchering
Other people's.
Detroit's finest.
You know he plays hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple guys I play with that play with him at a private skate.
He always had the Redlands jersey on the show.
Oh, hang on, let me drain it first.
Fluids?
Yeah, let's drain the fluid before I pop the T-case off and make a mess. I'm just gonna do both so I don't forget. I'm gonna do the trans and T-case because yeah, you gotta drain both of them. Or else if you drop it and it's full of trans fluid, you're gonna make a mess. Oh, that's the right size, 17. I got it.
Hey, there it goes. Trans fluid, looks good.
Yeah, it was probably pretty clean. Oh God, no! The arsonist has oddly shaped feet. I want to get new crush washers for this when I go to put it back together. But for now, I'll just put it back in so it's not leaking everywhere. But you should replace the crush washers when you do this. There should be crush washers on your oil plug also. So stock up on your crush washers. I'm back. I'm back, dude. Strain the T-case. 17 also. It's gonna glib glob.
What's that?
Huh? I don't know, hopefully don't make a mess.
Nice.
Grab yourself a pry bar and feel free to pop it off. We can use a small, medium, medium. You think this one will do? I don't know, that one's a little bigger. Or how about, is this one big enough? Will this one work?
It's like a hockey stick.
Maybe I want to pry it from all the way across the car. Here, let's, no? Probably too big. All right, let's go with this one. This guy's already loose, so I shouldn't have to pry too hard. It's just sitting on the dowel pins for a wiggle. And when you pop it like that, you know it's good to go and it hangs. And you can pretty much get it with your hands the rest of the way. And sometimes there's some fluid that will come out right here. Yeah, right there. Got some of it, not quite all of it. Stand your T-case up so it don't leak all over your floor. That's what I do. So, T-case downpipe off. Guess we'll knock out these CV axles. You're gonna have to pull driver and passenger CV axles. So we're pulling the CV axles. You got a cotter pin in here, already pulled it. Oh, gonna need the adapter on that guy there. Using 3/8 to 1/2 inch. 32 mil. Working the mini snap-on gun. Working it. Yeah. Battery's almost dead also. If it had a full charge, it probably would have been good, but put that in the pile of bolts there. 12 mil on the back. That way we take our 17s out of here. You're gonna have to get alignment after this is done. Just gonna need an alignment, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is what they say. 12 mil, 12 mil, 12 mil. Washer's going to be on there. Make sure you get that and put it back on. I use a ratcheting wrench for the back side.
You're letting your chain hang low.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, that's dope. You should bedazzle it. Get some Swarovski crystals.
I don't know what those are.
For your GoPro. Next, we teach you how to let the cat sleep on the Corvette. Look at that. Comfy, buddy? Comfy? Yeah?
You're missing out on all the goodness over here, dude. And you're gonna blink and I'm gonna be done. You know what I mean? You let it hang like that, pop this guy out.
Nice. Still got some grease on it.
Taste it, dude. It's the forbidden goodness. Do we gotta record the other side? Other side, Louis, same exact thing. 212s, 17, pull it out, let it hang.
What's up? Do you remember those commercials?
Yeah, they're terrible, dude.
Okay, I'll just stop talking about them.
They're terrible now, and they were terrible then.
They're terrible then, terrible now.
Yeah, not good, dude, not good. So you get your pry bar back.
Get the pry bar and taking out the half shafts.
And you get it up in there. So you get it up in there between the transmission and your CV axle and give her a good pop. And hopefully it comes out that easy on yours. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they are stuck in there really good. And you just come back over to this side and pull it out. There's usually a piece of plastic here that this car is missing that covers this that you might have to take down to pull it out, but usually you don't have to.
Does it connect right here?
Yeah, there's usually a piece of plastic for your transmission side there.
All the inner wheel well plastics.
Yeah, this one's MIA. And now for your driver's side. Driver's side axle. It's a 14 mil. There's 2 bolts on the back of the block. Very hard ones to get to. Not fun at all. You guys will struggle with them, I'm sure. Because I know when I first started, I always did not like these. I'm going to get an extension on here. I wish I had the smaller one, but I might be able to make this one work.
Good enough, probably.
Maybe. It's a really tight space back here that you're in. So you need to have the most perfect tool for the job here. And I can't tell you if this is going to be
in the way,
the one or not. It's looking like it though.
Nice.
Got one of them somewhere. Not being able to turn it by hand still though, so back up the ratchet goes.
How long did it take you to pull the first transmission out of these?
Who knows, dude?
A whole day?
I can't remember. This is the most awkward bolt to get. You gotta bend your wrist like this and go, ah.
Oh, because it's on the other side of the...
Yeah, like that. There's 2 of them. That's one of them. One top, one bottom. Let's go for the top one here. I believe I already cracked this guy loose here. Yeah, she's loose. Cowabunga, dude. Oh, no!
Oh, no?
Oh, no!
What was that bolt to?
Back of the CV axle.
CV axle. Okay.
Driver's side CV axle bolt. Then you usually got to grab a pry bar because it's sitting on a dowel pin back there. Also, and you got to get up in between the block and give her a little pop to get off that dowel pin. Yeah, you could pull her all the way out if you wanted to.
You're just going to let it
I'm
hang?
not. I don't think I'm going to.
Just let it hang?
Yeah, I'm just going to pull it out a little bit here. Just sit right here. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Now, transmission bolts holding it in, which you're going to have one up in here through your motor mount bracket. Let me get some light for you. One up in here through your motor mount bracket, which is going to be a 17. You got another one right back here, which you're going to have to go above here to get 17. You're going to have 2 14s down here behind this bracket, just like this one here, 2 14s. I'm going to zip those out real quick and get those out of the way because they're easy to get to. Transmission bolts here.
17 for the transmission bolts?
Yeah, and again, you're going to need the most perfect combination
Where's that light?
of this light right here.
Yeah. Oh.
The one hanging right in front of your face, my guy?
Yeah, and I just didn't see it.
You're gonna need the most perfect combination of extension and swivel and socket, along with, because even here, I don't know.
Nice.
I'm probably gonna back up right into the AC compressor here, unfortunately, so I'll have to tighten it up and get my ratchet off. See if I can do it by hand. There's not a whole lot of room up there. Just not a lot of room when you're backing the bolt out to have a ratchet in your way on top of an extension. Like I say, because you're going around this return drain for the turbo, so you got stuff in the way there. Not optimal. To the back one. Also, got to go around the return line. That should be it for underneath. Now you're just gonna have 4 bolts up top holding it, and then that thing's gonna pull off. That's it there, all down underneath. About to pull this trans down. We're about to show this transmission who's boss. I'm gonna try to lower it on this thing here. So there's 4 bolts all up on the block here. 1, 2, I know it's gonna be hard to see. You're gonna have to use your own eyes basically and see them. 1, 2 up around the thermostat housing like this. And there's 1 more down there. And that should be it for up top. And then if you've completed all the other steps this far, that transmission should be ready to pop off after removing those bolts, just like so here. I really like my Milwaukee guns, but this thing is so slim and compact. I gotta give it to Snap-on this one. Because it's so slim and compact and powerful, where this one is a little slender, but this one, this bolt here on the front, your shift selector is in the way, so if you're using something like I am, you might have to get an extension on it. If not, you might just have to get it by hand, like I might even have to do here. We'll see.
That came out.
Got it.
Nice.
And you saw the trans there drop, so this thing is ready to slide off. It's the last one there. And now the fun part, make sure all your electrical is disconnected from the transmission, because you don't want to rip some electrical out with it. You want to lower the car down as good as you can, so you're not dropping the trans and smacking the ground and busting your case with it.
They're not cheap anymore.
No, if you can even find one, do it something like this, but
There it goes.
Watch so you don't pull any of your electrical again. And then the fun part, if you're not on the lift, is getting that out of there, but
Oh yeah.
mine will just lift right on up.
Transmission out.
There it is in all its glory. Now you got access to your clutch, pressure plate, and flywheel.
Okay.
Super visible. Now you can have all your fun putting whatever clutch kit you want on there. It's all good to go. I was just here to show you how to do it. That's how you do it. Feel free to like and subscribe. If you want a video of us putting it back together, leave it in the comments. Do it quick though, because I'm only putting this back together probably this week, so you better comment quick if you want a video of us putting it back together. Basically the same steps, just putting it back together, you know, reverse the steps. But if you want a video on it, we'll post it for you. Just leave a comment. Even if we get 1 comment asking for it, we'll do it. We just need one comment. You be that guy. Be the guy to leave the one comment, all right? Cool. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Hope I was some value to somebody today. See you guys later.
Adios.
God, I love being a turtle.